Hello good people, welcome back to Farm with Maxwell. So today we are just going to learn something about artificial insemination. Remember, I'm in benchmarking for Singishu County. So I have a friend of mine here, he has just come from one of the farms that I was doing benchmarking so that we can go do an insemination, and we will start from where we acquire semen, so that at least we are going to select some semen with us here so that we can select good traits with animal that the genetics of animal that we want, especially for milk production and the dairy. Remember, I'm the animal lover, a shamba boy that has been gifted with this knowledge about animal keeping, but I don't have any animal with me because of financial constraint. So I've just come here to train my audience on how to do farming in a technological way. So today I'll be diving to this topic about artificial insemination. You can see the driver here is my friend here who has just come and taken me from the farm so that we can learn about something about semen. Yeah. So from here, let me show you the journey we are heading to. Then we will be doing artificial insemination to some 3 animals. Then we can really appreciate, because these animals was done something that we call synchronization. When I'm talking about synchronization, this is just inducing heat. So most of these are inducing something like heat. It is being done to animals that there are some parameters that the animals has to fulfill in order to do what we call synchronization. One of the parameters is that the animal has to be healthy. So when I'm talking about healthy animals, so that means the animal has to be dewormed very well. It actually fulfills the body conditions course that is being needed to be done the synchronization, because those are the health issues that we have to look at when doing what we call synchronization. Yeah, and especially the body score should start from 3 upwards. That is a appreciable body score. So the animals that were done synchronization, they achieved all those parameters, and we'll see those animals so that we can really appreciate. Yeah, remember, insemination is just making the animal pregnant. Yeah, so this is an artificial way of making the animal become pregnant. And the advantage of this artificial insemination is because you can select the breed of animal you want, you can select the traits you want, you can select different traits, maybe rectifying different disorders in a certain animal. If you want traits for high milk production, we get from this artificial insemination. So this is something good that I usually advise a lot of farmers to focus on that, and with that people will achieve. Actually, in the next maybe some years coming, people will be having a pedigree animal in their farm. So this is my friend's vehicle. I know, you know me, in my journey in the village, you usually see that I start my journey from a village setup. I go hire a motorcycle from somebody gives me the motorcycle. At the end of the day, I have to pay money. I don't have any motorcycle with me. There is where my journey usually starts, back in the village. But when I come here maybe in Eldoret, because I have good friends, because I told this a good friend of mine that I'm here today, and here he is, and he'll be explaining to us what we call about selection, about breeding, and the entire thing. He'll be guiding us through that. We'll be helping each other, one another, because I usually tell people that me having this knowledge about insemination, yeah, I can still inseminate, and I'm going to try today doing what we call insemination. Yeah, I never went to school, but I learned through my friends, and there I am. Yeah, I can do a lot of insemination. So the town that we are approaching here is called this town is called Ziwa. Yeah, the town ahead of us here, this is called Ziwa. Yeah, this is Ziwa. Yeah, I don't know why they are calling it Ziwa,
because it has a lot of ziwas.
Oh, it has a lot of we call them ziwas or dams. Oh, it has a lot of dams. Yeah, so this is the journey to where we are heading to. Oh, Ziwa is dams in Kiswahili. So this is one of the major towns we have here. You can have a look at this town, the way it is growing. Yeah, remember the economical practice in these surroundings is agriculture. So people have bigger lands to do agriculture to them. So we can really appreciate what is. This is a market, yeah. This is a Ziwa market that you can see. It is in an enclosure with a fencing. Yeah, you can see what is taking place here. This is bogas, yeah. For those who don't have no mboga, this is cabbages. You can see cabbages. These are vendors beside the road. So these are people's businesses here. Yeah. So I feel more comfortable, yeah. I feel very comfortable in a vehicle more than when I was in the motorcycle. You know, I'm now out of the village. Now I've just come to town so that we can get learned here, yeah. That's why even I'm just smiling, because this is not an environment that you should maybe have. You must be having an angry face. See these animals and the cows that are on the street. See these animals here. We have cows here on the street. Yeah, those are ushers. Yeah, we will be diverting here, so we'll be from Tarmac Road. We will be now heading to a rough road now. Now we are joining the rough road, and the journey will progress. So I'll be taking now video from where we will be heading to, because it is a longer distance. I won't be covering the entire thing. Remember, in a village setup, you only keep left where it is left. This is a tractor, yeah. People now, that is from a farm. This is another tractor here. We are now approaching Moist Bridge town, where we'll go get some semen from there. Now we are joining the main road from here. We are in the Moist Bridge now. Yeah, we are now joining the main road. You can have this now Moist Bridge town that we can see in front of us here. Business as usual, yeah? People are just doing business here. You can see good trees here. You can see a lot of good trees here. Yeah, these are trees. So we can really appreciate, because a lot of people are farmers here. Yeah. This is Mr. Steven here with the AI tank. So now we are going to take semen. Hiyo ni kanister number?
Iko.
Oh, number 2
kwa fridge.
So, okay.
Iko kwa fridge.
You guess you can see the liquid nitrogen.
Gas gani kuna liquid?
That was just loading the semen. Now they have put the semen there. So we are now proceeding to do what we call insemination. Yeah?
Okay, sawa.
We are proceeding now to do what we call insemination. We are going back to the vehicle that we used coming here. That is the vehicle probox. Yeah. That is the vehicle that we used coming here with it. Yeah, here is it. Here is it. So now we are now proceeding to where the insemination will be done.
We fuel fast.
Yes?
We fuel fast.
Oh, we are going first to fuel the vehicle, yeah? We are just going vehicle. I want you people to see how fueling is being done in Kenya. This way is the Kitale Eldoret way, yeah? Kitale Eldoret way. Sheli iko huko? Iko na wapi? Oh. Okay. So we are just going to Shell petrol station. This is Moist Bridge town. So we are going to gas station so as to fuel this vehicle. Those are beds we can see there. That is roasting of maize. Yeah, we can see some sheep here just roaming around. Yeah, you can see this person is overworking that motorcycle with full of bricks. This is a car wash over here. These are for fertilizers. We have a welding here. You can see some doors there. Then we have a lodging here. This is a car park. We have a bank there. Yeah, we are going to this Shell petrol station. In Kenya we call them petrol station, but I know abroad you call this place gas station. Yeah, this is the gas station here. This is the gas station. This is where fueling is being done here. Fueling and refueling.
Okay.
Yeah, these are just oil. This is now the beauty of farming. Look at the way we have a lot of maize here. This is a lot of trees. Evergreen, evergreen. Guys, we are almost arriving the destination. You can see our journey is progressing very well. Remember, here is a village. Look at this kid playing with a motorbike wheel. You can see one of the most challenges here is just about the roads. Shit. Yeah. Hii gari yako si ni ngumu. Yeah.
Just saying one of the challenges. The roads.
Poor roads. Yeah, These are the kind of the fences we have here in the rural setup. You can see. This is the gate. This is now the gate. Let us see the way this gate is being opened. Yeah, look at the way they are opening the gate. Wow. Yeah. Kwa nini? Wamezoea overall. Wakiwa kwa navaa tu overall. Ama huku. Huku. Okay. Oh, alishaenda. Ndio kutoka Nairobi. Busy. Just now delighting the vehicle. Yeah. Transnzoia. Si wakuja na maji moto. Kuja na maji moto. Kuja na maji moto na baridi pia na sabuni. Yeah, we are now in the village where people are embracing farming. Yeah. Look at this fence, yeah? Look at this fence. It looks pretty good. Trees, the climate here is very cold. Hata ng'ombe ziko rivers. Nimesikia kelele ya ng'ombe huku nyuma. Ng'ombe ziko wapi? Ng'ombe. Sawa. Wow. Hii unit inaitwa aje? Oh, this is paddocking, yeah? For those who have never seen a paddock, this is now paddocking here. Yeah? We have another paddock there. Then we have here a crash. This is a store. These are timber. This is just a store. Yeah, you can see here. We have to pass here well, yeah? You can see Mr. Steven squeezing himself where he can fit. Wow. This is for feeding. Hii ni ya kufeed chakula. Wow, creativity. Yeah, this is the crash where we will be restraining this animal. Actually, this is a milking parlor, so we are going to restrain these animals in the milking parlor. But we have a crash here. Zingie kwa crash ama zingie kwa hii? Gani ndio hizi? Acha zingie. Wapi? Moja. Huko ndani? Tulia tuone tu mahali zitaingia. Ni sawa popote tu. Giants, yeah? These are the animals that we are going to inseminate today. They are now going merry-go-round. Zimeenda huko nyuma. Wow, we can see even sheep. Very healthy, very strong. Wow. These are sheep. Yeah, these are sheep. These are the cattle. These are cattle. They look like bulldozers, yeah? These are the cattle. Another one is here. Yeah, these are now the sheep here. Wait. Kwani zinaenda wapi? Hai. They look like monster. Guy, uko kulikuwa open? Sijui zimeenda wapi huko. Piga.
Anamfunga hapa.
Huh?
There is a bone.
Oh, ifungwe hapo sawa. You can take the whole thing here. Songa nyuma kidogo.
Umechukua thermometer?
Yeah, songa tu nyuma kidogo. So, I'm just going where we collected the semen. Actually, when we were collecting those semen, it is the farmers actually guided us because he had to select a good breed that can adapt to this climate here. You can see the way this beautiful climate over here, the way it looks. So, and there is a lot of coldness here, so that means he has selected, yeah, good breed. Which animal? Which insemination? Both of these are Asha.
Yes, Asha. Asha, yeah.
So Asha thrive well in this
Region.
ecological zone here. So that means we are going to inseminate all these animals with Asha breed. So when you want to inseminate, there are some of the things that someone has to be having. Yeah? This is called the pistolet for loading pistolets, and people call them AI gun for insemination. We have plastic socks here. These are the plastic socks that we have here. Then we have AI gloves that somebody can put on while inseminating. These are the AI gloves. This is the AI container here with us. This is the AI container that contains nitrogen. Then we have semen inside here. Remember, the person who was loading semen here told us that the semen are in canister too. Then we have here the thawing water. So we are going first to get the correct temperatures of thawing water. This is cold water, so I'll be pouring a lot of it down so that I remain with just a few of it. I'll be remaining with few. So this is the hot water, so I'll be doing what we call thawing. Yeah. This is what we call thawing. Yeah, that is the exact temperature for thawing. I'm placed there. Another thing.
How many degrees?
Actually, it is a range. Yeah?
Yes.
Some people put 35, others 36. Yeah.
Okay.
As from 34 until 36.
Okay.
They are in between. Yeah. Especially the 35. Yeah. 35 is good temperature for thawing.
Okay.
Then this is our nitrogen tank here. You can just bring the camera here. Take this. You have the scissors.
Yes.
Okay. Scissors was supposed to be here. So this is the straw, yeah, that contains semen here. So I'll be placing it here in the water. Yeah, I'll place the semen inside there. So I'll leave it here for around 15 to 20 seconds here inside. So we will be counting. Rural setup, yeah. You just do what is good, because I was just trying to clean, yeah, to clean this straw out of not to get water. So I'll be loading this straw here that contains the semen. This is the straw that contains semen, yeah. So I'm going to load it here. So once loaded, I'll now cut the tip. Then I insert the plastic socks, yeah. I'll now cut here the tip. Then I'll insert one of the hizi socks zilikuwa wapi? So this is how we load, then we lock. After locking, you confirm if the ejaculate can be, just try pushing so that you can see it is coming up. Let me see if it is coming up. Yeah, it is coming up, you can see. So then I just put it in the armpit this way so that to maintain the temperatures. Then I'll be now wearing these AI gloves, yeah, with me. These the AI gloves with that soap. Be the lube. When you don't have a lube, you just do what I'm doing. After doing that, no, remain there with the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, just remain there with the camera. So I'll be doing what we call insemination.